going out to the car to design up the tray mounts that I was going to do. Ended up doing some rough sketches of what I wanted, and also got steel wall that I have to design. Ended up getting on my 360 Fusion, which is a CAD design, drew them all up. That's what the tray mount will look like for the driver's side, sorry. Schematics that I can send for the passenger side. This is the mount. It's for the rear. That's what the rear will look like. So pretty detailed. So yeah. There's a company up in Somersby that I will be speaking to get them laser cut, and then I can just bend them or get them to bend it, which will be a lot easier for me. Weld them up, and then I can weld them on and start building the tray. It's been a while that I worked on the car, so I decided to, rainy day, just do the small things. So I got some high heat aluminium spray paint. You just respray the intake manifold. It's coming out really nicely. It's gonna look like a brand new one. I might actually do valve cover as well because it looks a little bit pitted. But other than that, just do odds and ends while it's raining, and then during the week I'll grind all the spot welds, so then it becomes flush. And places that needs the silicone, I'll just silicone it, and then I'll put some rust converter primer on so no more rust can get to it. And then for the inside, I'm going to put a top brace in, and then side ones as well, due to engineering requirements. I'm going through the engineering process as well as a major body modification, well, so it needs. I'm quite impressed with this. It's so hard not to drop it, but that came out absolutely mint. No prep whatsoever. Gotta love cast iron. It's perfect. Hey guys, it's a new day. I've done a few things yesterday. I forgot to record. I'll just show you guys now. I ended up dismantling that. Got rid of all the old stuff that I don't want. So I'll just cover that hole, make up something, cover it. Manifold's back on, front mount's up, ready to be mounted. Just went and bought some aluminium plate, flat plate, so I can mount that up. It's pretty much where it's going to sit, just under, thank God. So there's enough room. It's going to sit back as well, so when I get the front bar on, it won't hit, because it used to hit about here, which meant the front bar couldn't actually sit up properly, and if I got a front on collision it would have been really bad. I've got the manifold back on, painted the heat shield as well, so it looks a little bit cleaner. Got the intercooler piping somewhat routed, just waiting on a couple more pipes to go in. Then that's done, thank God. After that, from the turbo up to the page formants, which will sit in here, GU style airbox, I'm going to move that to over here at the power steering. So I'm going to move it here, just put in a couple of riv nuts. So then I'm going to cut a little bit of that off, maybe. Actually no, I can't. I'm just going to have to come down like that and then come in through here, so I can cut somewhat of there, so then the snorkel can go in through there, the short snorkel, short entry. Other than that, got started on the rear, sanding it all back. So it's coming up quite nicely actually. So obviously I'm going to sand that back more, not with a flappy disc though, just to get that rough edge out. Rust converter, because idiot me decided to leave it for too long and it started to surface rust. So all I've been doing for that is getting water and a green scourer over there and pretty much just rubbing it down, wiping it off, rubbing it down, wiping it off, and rust converter will pretty much prime it as well as get rid of that extra surface rust that's pitted like that there. But other than that, get some of this down today, get the rest up the top done, and then I will, along the edges and along the bottom, I'm going to black Sikaflex, so no moisture or water or anything gets in there. Also just got back from metal store. I'm going to be putting a 40x40 up here, possibly because I dare say engineering is going to require it, as well as down into here and down to there. I'm not sure about that there. I'd say these are pretty strong enough, considering there's a 40x40 that's on the floor as well, welded in. So hopefully that's going to be good enough, because I don't want to be cutting anything out. Yeah, my list is getting longer and longer and longer. Still got to design the wall itself and print that out for engineering. I've sent off my tray mount designs to be laser cut. I'm just going to find out how much that is first, so I'm going to get a quote. Once that's done, I can cut the old mounts off just through here, both sides. So because as you can see here and there, that's where I'm gonna cut that off as well. But yeah, and I'm gonna mount, that's where I'm gonna mount the rear tray mount. The front is there, so I've designed that with that curve itself as well, which you would have seen in this video. So that those are 1400 high, and then the mount that sits on top of that will be welded to 100x50, so that'll give that extra 100 mil, which I need for this tire. When it flexes, it'll be from the old rear end it used to hit, which was 25, 24, 240 mil. So I've used that as a calculator to be able to work all that out. So, done all along there, all along the top. Now I've just got to before I like fully prime it, edge prime it, and that, I'm gonna push that in and weld to that bar that's across here, same as the other side. All that top and all the sides are gonna get bogged anyway. When I weld that bar in after sanding yesterday, I realised I've got a pinhole there and this didn't actually grab on the welds, so I'm gonna have to re-weld that, do in here, in there as well, because that's where as well as that one. But other than that, that bottom, I'll just put a little bit of bog on there just to get rid of that rise. Unfortunately, when I bent that, I should have welded that in and then pushed it over. Instead, I went the other way. So that didn't actually sit on the bar properly in the middle. So it would have been along the middle there. Just didn't sit right. Other than that, she's getting there. Now I just gotta wipe that down, spray primer or the rust converter so it doesn't rust, and then the sunroof, I can't take that out because it's got glue in it, pain in the butt, so I'll just mask that off so I can rust convert up there, and then the bottom I'll just do the automotive black Sikaflex, and then I can start on intercooler mounting. It can change only because I don't have two pipes, so I might actually leave that. Yeah, I'll have to do the inside instead, which means remove primer because I screwed up. Yeah, design and make sure you need engineering before you start a big project like this, otherwise you're screwed in a way. So I'm starting to do the bracing now. So I've already cut the top brace. I've just finished making the side braces for the sidewall. So I've cut the 25mm out, and then I'll just weld that in so it makes it stronger. So I'll go put them in and I'll show you what they look like. So as you can see, the top brace is in now, and get out of the way. Now those just fit in there like so, both sides, and then I'll weld all the way around the top, down around the side, or as much as I can on the sides, around the bottom, along the edge, both sides, and then that'll be complete. Hopefully that can pass engineering, fingers crossed. Otherwise I'll have to go, I'd say, one more through here, maybe. Well, I'll see what he says, I guess. I've also finally finished the wall, sanded the back, rust proof prime. I'll actually put an edge primer over top as well. Mind the crap look at the silicone, but it's all silicone on the bottom, around the edges, even down the very bottom, just there. Yeah. Once that's done, I guess clean this pigsty up, I guess, and then I can get cleaning and get rid of the old sound deadening. Then I can take the old stereo out, all the old gauges for the new ones to come in, put the new sound deadening in, put the new seats, I'll put the mats back in, cut the liner, these side panels to fit the wall, put the new seats back in. I got the GXL armrest comfy seats. Yes, they are very comfy. And that should be it for the interior. I'm getting a dash mat as well because I drew it into there, so I'm going to need to cover that. Modify bits and pieces for the front. Hopefully do the dash cluster soon as well, because I've forgotten about that. Changing it from the stock bad black and orange to a clear white and possibly blue lights, but we'll see, I guess. So yeah, now I guess I'm just gonna have to get to welding, get this finished off, mark some stuff off the list, I guess. Just finished welding. God, that's hefty work. It's so cramped in there. I'm gonna be sore tomorrow. At least it's done. So it's all welded in. I got housemate to push the in there so I could weld that up. So now that that's all done, I'm just gonna call it there. I've got to fly out on Monday for work, so next time I have off would be not until middle of Feb. So I'm gonna post this video now, edit it tonight, and then post it, and then give it 2-3 weeks. I'll be back to work on a few things. Hopefully parts have arrived by then, because yeah, I'm still waiting on a few parts for the intercooler to be mounted. So I need 2 pipes, 67 degrees to fit that in. Other than that, I'll finish primering the inside. I'll get onto the computer tonight as well and draw all this up for the engineer, so then when I post it, he'll have the proper dimensions. And also, hopefully by the time I get back as well, my tray mounts will be done per se, so then I can do that. I have to finish light bog the bonnet, because there's little bits and pieces in there. I was just going to leave it and paint over it, but it started stress cracking around the edges, so I'm going to rebog that, put a nicer finish on it, and then I can sand the exterior, look for 2 doors, or at least a driver's door, a driver's guard that is clean, no snorkel, so I can put a snorkel in it, because I don't want to do any more body work. Oh, I'm dead. But it's coming along, it's looking good. If you like what you're watching, please leave a comment, like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next episode. Thank you.